You have a special look with glasses.
You do, yes.
People who wear glasses wear them so they can see better.
But yours are very specific.
It's not a special look.
You have you could wear any type of glasses, but the aviators and the mustache.
These aren't aviators glasses. Look, they're regular glasses. Who set this man up to torment me?
Well, that's it.
Who arranged this interview?
This has ruined our friendship.
The mustache. When I was younger, I wanted to look like Errol Flynn. And so I grew a beard, because he was in a movie where he wore a little beard. My wife hated it, so I shaved the beard off. But I didn't want to lose all of Errol Flynn, so I left a little mustache. I thought maybe she wouldn't notice. She noticed, but she said I could keep the mustache. So this is my Errol Flynn mustache. These are my ordinary glasses.
All right,
like
well,
every human being
we'll have to agree to disagree on this point.
Hey, how come you're wearing a gray sweatshirt like that?
Because I don't want to dazzle everyone with my throbbing pectoral muscles.
That shirt is very
dazzling. Okay, thank you.
That's a dazzling shirt.
It's a very dazzling gray shirt.
Those sneakers, they're two-toned. They're white on the bottom and black there.
I never noticed that before.
What made you get two-toned sneakers? I'll show him.
Oh my God, it doesn't feel good to be interrogated in such a way. What was the most memorable piece of fan mail you've ever received?
Can't remember.
All right.
I got so many.
What types of things do people normally send you? They send you drawings. What type of things do people normally send you when they send you fan mail? Do they send you drawings?
I usually get bills. People write notes sometimes, very nice. Sometimes a rotten note, like everything else, but are
you good with that, by the way? If someone is negative, are you able to brush it off?
No, I can't sleep that night.
Oh, no.
Nobody better be negative with me, buddy.
Okay, good. Did you ever meet Errol Flynn?
I never met Errol Flynn, and I wish you hadn't reminded me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the one sore spot in my life. I want to tell you, when I was a kid, when I was like 13 years old, I was so impressed with Errol Flynn. I'd come out of the theater having seen one of his movies. I was 13, and I'd be looking around for a little girl that some bully was picking on so I could run to her defense. I just wanted to be Errol Flynn. I didn't find out till later that in real life he wasn't that great a guy, but the roles he played, oh boy.
Was he not that great of a guy?
He wasn't that great. But he sure looked good.
He looked good on film. He totally looked good on film.
Wait a minute, how many questions do you have?
Just 300 or 400 of the best questions.
They might have something important to do.
They're doing it. This is it. They're here to see you. Talking about. They don't come to Stan Lee's Comic-Con and not see Stan Lee. Your name's in the title. Excelsior, this lady says up front. What was the most controversial comic you've written, do you think? And maybe it was at the time, because there was a period of time where it might have been controversial, but...
Gee, it's terrible. I have such a poor memory. I must have done a controversial comic, but I can't remember any. Do any of you remember a controversial comic? What did he say? Can you hear?
He's saying, they're saying Fantastic Four #1.
No, that wasn't controversial. Oh, I'll tell you a controversial story, though. With Spider-Man. Some of you may have heard this before. I've said it before, but I'll never forget this story. When I came up with the idea for Spider-Man, I thought my boss would love it. So I ran into his office, and I said, I have an idea for a new hero. I want to call him Spider-Man. He'll have the power of a spider. And I want him to be a teenager. And I want him to have personal problems to make him different from the others. My boss looked at me pityingly, and he said, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. He said, first of all, people hate spiders, so you can't call a hero Spider-Man. He can't be a teenager, because a teenager can only be a sidekick. And you want him to have personal problems. Stan, don't you know what a superhero is? And I walked out of the office with my tail between my legs. But we had a book we were going to kill, Amazing Fantasy. It was going to be the last issue. Now, when you put out the last issue of a book, nobody cares what you put in it, it's the last issue. So just for fun, I put Spider-Man in that book and I featured him on the cover. A month later, the sales figures came in. Spider-Man was our best-selling book of the month. So my boss came running into my office. He came running into my office and he said, Stan, you remember that Spider-Man idea you had that we both liked so much? I swear. He said, let's make it a series. This is why I don't have the greatest opinion always of bosses.
Right. Well, that guy's dead now. You win. But it's also a good lesson for anyone out there who are creators or writers. Don't let someone tell you that something isn't right if you care about it and you believe in it.
That's right.
I mean, this man built a whole, you know, because sometimes people don't have the vision that you have, so if something doesn't exist yet, other people who are of mediocre minds maybe not be able to recognize the genius. So stick to your guns. Stan Lee is an example of that, an inspiration for that.
The son of a gun said it better than I did.
We're friends again. So when Star Wars came out, apparently you had to be convinced to publish the comic books. So what did you think of the Star Wars phenomenon at the time?
That Star Wars phenomenon. I am so jealous of George Lucas. You have no idea. I had to make up all of these characters. He makes up one thing, Star Wars, and it beats everything.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Do you feel like you accomplished everything that you set out to accomplish when you first started in the industry? I mean, now that you've seen all your characters come to life on film and you've seen the incredible success and resurgence of comics and this community, is this what you thought it would be? Is this what you had hoped it would be?
To tell you the truth, when I started in comics, I just hoped that I'd keep my job so I could pay the rent. I never in a million years would have thought I'd be sitting on a stage in a panel talking about these great comics to 1 million people. And I still can't believe it, really. But thank you. It's been a great ride. It really has, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. And when I see people like this, they're bright and they care and they're interested. And they come here, and then after the panel, they'll be discussing things themselves. Is he really as dumb as he sounds? You know, the usual conversation. But it's fun. The whole idea of writing, the whole idea of reading stories is to enjoy them, to take you out of yourself, to use your imagination and imagine, wouldn't it be something if life was like this or like that? Or if it's that bad, maybe I could think of a way to make it better. Reading should really change your life all the time. There's nothing like reading to expand your horizons. And I want to compliment all of you, because you are readers, you have imaginations, and you even sit and listen to me this long a period of time. I don't know.
Well, I have to say, this was about all the time that we had, but I want to thank you for being the grandfather of this community and for fostering all of this. I mean, we're all here because of you, and it means the world to me and to these fans that you come out and talk to them. So everyone's already standing, so you got an automatic standing ovation the second you came out. But I want to have a huge hand for Stan Lee. Thank you for coming. Can we get a picture with everyone before we go? I want to get a picture with everyone.
Only